Welcome everyone. We're looking at the Niagara Falls. I wanted to start just a minute early because there's a rainbow right now and I don't really want to miss it because the clouds are playing games with us today and I can't really tell what they're gonna do. I hope you can see this. I've been lucky enough on several live streams to be able to catch rainbows like this, but you see what happened? Just as I caught it, the clouds are playing games with us. Isn't Niagara Falls, first of all, just something anyway? I love living here. But now that the full-on autumn colors are everywhere, it's got a unique look that we're only going to catch for a month or two. Thank you everyone for coming, especially so early. Chris, great to see you. I know Kristen, my love, is in the house. Michael's Adventures, great to see you. Donut Toys and Games, thank you very much for coming. I Love Kathy 138 is back in the house. Mr. and Mrs. Annabalo, it's always good to see you. In Dave Ars, good to see you. Thank you very much. Oh, haha, still on ads. Thank you for that. Forgive me if I've missed anyone. But this is a little bit of a different look to Niagara Falls, right? Unbelievably beautiful. This is only 10 minutes from my home, so able to come down here and see as much of this as I want whenever I want, basically. Same goes for Kristen and Kira, of course. So see, this rainbow is moving around a little bit because the sun keeps coming out from in between the clouds. It should get sunnier as time goes on today. Jaden Suh, word up, bro. So today I'm going to stick around here. I'm just going to walk, you know, kind of up from one end to the other. You can see off in the distance there the Peace Bridge. That's usually about as far as I go. Oh, sorry, is that the Rainbow Bridge? Am I losing my mind here? Rainbow Bridge with a rainbow in front of it? Peace Bridge is down in Fort Erie. It leads over to Buffalo, New York. Bright Creations, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Scratch and Pete, PA. Scratch and Pete has a premiere coming up. It's going to be our first chance to see what that channel is going to be all about. Those of you who've been with me for a while know that PA is a beloved moderator, not to mention a loyal and dedicated follower and friend that's been involved in all the channels, most of the channels that I deal with for quite some time now. Is an integral part of TubeChat for quite some time now, so we're all looking forward to supporting Scratch and Pete and getting that channel rolling. Ceiling man. You know, Jeff Do It All Ceiling was in the house. Yes, I don't know if he's still here. Is he still here? He was in there for a second. Oh, he came back as Jeff Lepar, that's why. Yeah. Yeah, the colors are beautiful, but I'm lucky. Like I said, I wanted to start a couple minutes early and catch this rainbow because they've been coming and going. You know, as the clouds are moving, you can see off in the distance. It was cloudy and you know, a little bit rainy even earlier today, but it's really clearing up. There's a skylon tower. So Kristen and I, Kristen Welton, who's in the chat, we've been dating for almost 5 years now. So we're gonna go and celebrate our 5-year anniversary at the Skylon Tower. It has a revolving restaurant on top, and we went there for the first New Year's Eve that we spent together since we started dating, and we thought it would be fun to go back there because they do a fantastic job. You know, the food's delicious, the view you can't beat. Only difference now is no fireworks. We were lucky enough to catch the fireworks on the New Year's Eve that we went to the Skylon Tower, but that won't be the case this time. But that's okay. There's enough other beautiful stuff to look at here, and the rainbow's following me, so that's fun. Try to take my time today and not just race. Felt like I could use some exercise too, so killing two birds with one stone over here. I just want to give you a real look at this, at the fall colors around Niagara Falls. They came a little bit early this year, right? We've got lots of hotels and things like that and attractions. If you can see off in the distance is the Niagara Sky Wheel. We did a live stream where we went on that, so you can see exactly what that's like. And that's over on Clifton Hill, which is the main tourist street, if you want to call it that, where all the attractions are. There's restaurants, tons of shops, games, and lots of other stuff over there. Uh-oh, got some action in the chat there. Oh, Chris, you don't have to do that, bro. Thank you very much for that super chat. That's far, far too much, bro. But I do appreciate it. It's absolutely not necessary. Very much appreciated, as Scratch and Pete would say. That's an extremely generous gift, Chris. Thank you very much. Manel Kate, thank you for coming in. I'm not sure about the water temperature, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm assuming that it takes weeks or months to move. But my guess is whether it's summer or not, this is way too cold to be in. You can see the horn blower off in the distance there. That's the Canadian version of the Maid of the Mist. I don't think the Maid of the Mist is operating right now. In-day bars, yeah, if you can make it down here, it really is a beautiful place. I love living here. But Niagara Falls is one of these days. The Night Wolf, thanks for coming in. This is one of these places, like you really, I know a lot of people come here for a long weekend, but it's tough to see as much as you might want to see. It's not a huge city or anything like that, but there's just so much to do. It's literally called the honeymoon capital of the world. And, you know, between the restaurants and the attractions and the shows and 2 casinos, you can imagine there's enough to do for quite a while. Honeyco, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. The Positive Pusher, great to see you also. Thank you. I hope I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I don't do the best job in the world of reading the chat. Kira, my BFF forever's in here. I'm going to keep walking in another second. Big ups to Jeff and Part 2. Trying desperately to read your name. My vision is not what it once was. Forgive me, Ange. I'm going to have to shorten your name. I just can't read it. My text is so small. I use small phones, so I have an iPhone SE that I'm filming from, and I have another iPhone SE, but they're not the new ones. They're the ones from 5 or 6 years ago. And they're very, very small. They're only like 4-inch screens and this and that. and the text is just impossible for me to read. I'm sure everybody else could read it with no problem. I gotta get some glasses or something like that, but some of you have heard me going on about that for months already. I'll get it done. Rainbow's still going. Let's have just another look at the hornblower here. They're about to go right into the belly of the beast there. A lot more people there now than I thought originally. Like, you know, even though it's Saturday today, and you guys who have been with me before know that I typically go out on Fridays or Mondays to try to avoid the weekend because it's so busy. It's really not that bad now because we're out of the summer months. But I'm sure everybody's got their masks on and this and that. I have a mask if I need it. Is it not just unbelievable how that boat goes right in to all that madness down there? I'm amazed, always. I'm always mesmerized by the Niagara Falls. I never get tired of this. I haven't been on the hornblower yet, so we're gonna have to do that. We'll do that as a live stream if we're able. Always gotta ask, right? But should be able. But that'll be quite an adventure. It'll be something to get right down in there, right? Look, that boat's just rocking like crazy too. And I know I say the same thing all the time, but that's got to take some talent for those guys to drive those boats. Jaden saw. Oh, Jaden, no, I didn't change the time yet, but I am going to. For those of you who know Tuber Chat, which is almost everybody in the chat, that's my second channel. We have one of our supporters is going to be having a premiere. Scratch and Pete, who's in the chat with us right now, is a moderator, and as a moderator for Tuber Chat, is going to do a premiere at 2 p.m. Eastern on Monday. So I'm going to move the time of Monday's Tuber Chat live stream so that we can all catch that premiere right before we start. And we're going to get Scratch and Pete off to a head start with their channel, I hope. I just wanted to show the hornblower. Like, that's just unbelievable to me how they're getting right in there. It's got to be something to see. So we'll do that one day, but I'm just going to keep moving for now. That rainbow's still hanging out now because there's a lot less cloud. Just a little bit of it you can see in the mist of the American Falls over there. We were looking at the Horseshoe Falls a moment ago when we were looking at the hornblower going in there. Lots and lots of photographs and filming and all kinds of stuff goes on down here all the time. Doesn't really stop. The only thing is it gets really, really dark at night. So purposely, I guess, they have not a lot of street lamps around here to try to light the area. And I think the reason is because at nighttime they light the falls. So you can see these huge LED panels that are up on that structure there. Those light the falls. So you have to just imagine for now, because way too early, I'm not going to be here tonight to see that, but I've done it in other nighttime live streams. I wonder if we're running into another YouTuber. Could that be possible? Maybe, but that's okay. They're not listening. They're doing what they're doing. You never know if people are filming or live streaming, right? I've done some other evening live streams where you get a really good look, and I'm just amazed at how dark it gets down here. And then here's the two hornblower boats swapping. They take turns. Oh no, I'm wrong. Look at that, I was wrong. It says Maid of the Mist right on it. But they got red raincoats, which is new to me. That's really interesting because usually, if I'm right, I think they have blue raincoats. And then hornblowers over there. Now that makes sense because one of the issues that everybody was talking about for a while was how the Canadians are so far more spread out because of the social distancing and this and that. So I guess we're witnessing that right now. So that's the hornblower. It says right on it. The other boat, I was mistaken because they're wearing red raincoats just like the Canadian boat. That's different. I wasn't expecting that. We're learning together here. Yeah, Jeff says red for Canadian, blue for US, it seems. Yeah, that slipped by me there. Thank you, Bright Creations. Kristen's done a lot of filming down here as well, where she's kind of shown you, she's done videos where she's shown you a look at the Niagara Falls and different parts of it. We're hoping to get her live streaming too. Kristen's officially monetized. She'll be doing a monetization celebration next weekend. That'll be all right. Red and blue for Korea. There you go, Chris. So forgive my shameless self-promotion while I walk here, but some of you may have already seen I posted a video a little bit earlier today, just a couple of hours ago, and a lot of you may not know I was adopted at birth or close to it, whatever, right? And I've never actually looked into my personal history, like my heritage or anything like that. So Kristen gave me the 23andMe starter kit recently, so I opened that up and sent them what they need. Now I'm waiting on some results, but I just put up a quick video so that you could see what's involved in that. It's just a really quick look at it and this and that. And there it goes off in the distance. The Maid of the Mist is going back to its dock. Finding happiness in all you do. Good to see you, Philly girl, Philly girl. It's great to see you also. Isn't it something else looking at the difference for those of you who've seen Niagara Falls when I've done these live streams before, now that the trees have all changed color. So it's not just about them changing color, but the leaves are falling off. You see these couple of trees right in front of me, they got almost nothing left already because this all came early this year. It was really, really weird. It seemed to me that we had an incredible heat wave all summer, and then all of a sudden it just stopped and the temperature just got cold everywhere. So I'm sure that messes with crops and trees and all the other stuff that I don't really know much about. Helicopters are out doing their tours too. See if I can catch one of them. You can hear them constantly, but Philly girl, thank you very much for the super chat. That's not absolutely not necessary, but very much appreciated, of course. It's great to even have you in the stream. I haven't caught you for a little while. Hopefully I will soon. Weird now because you have most of us have the new pin comment feature, in the chats, right? You can pin a comment, but you can't pin a super chat or, as far as I know, a membership. But hopefully that's a feature that they'll add. I believe I've seen it done. Jeff and I are both convinced that we've seen that before. But maybe it has to do with 10,000 subscribers or 100,000 or who knows, right? I'm just glad YouTube's starting to open up some of this stuff to everybody. There's a lot of stuff available now that wasn't here even 1 year ago. So let's, I'm walking a little fast now. Let's have a look at the American Falls here. You see the Maid of the Mist made it over to its dock. I never remember, Kristen might know, I never remember what the name of the little tiny waterfall is beside the American Falls there. And then you see the lookout bridge that they've got there. Why do I not remember what they called that too? I just heard the name of it. It's a lookout structure of some sort. Because if you can imagine, so we're looking at the United States right now. I'm on one side of the border, and you know, less than a mile away, right in front of me, is the United States. The building with the flashing top is Seneca Casino in Niagara Falls, New York. But they don't have a great view the way we do. So they built that lookout structure so that they could get a better view and probably have some more touristy stuff over there. We got to go over there eventually when the borders open up and have a look at what they have to offer. And then there's the Horseshoe Falls, or otherwise known as the Canadian Falls. I'll get down here in the winter too, because this stuff really looks like something else when you see the snow and ice that covers like all those rocks at the bottom of the falls. Oh, Philly Girl is a sign language interpreter. So, you know, and much more than that, but that's one thing that I learned about her from one of her live streams. So her first, if I understood the way she put it, her first language is sign language. And then, so she interprets. I'll let you learn about her from her channel, but Philly Girl has a channel. Almost everybody in the chat here, maybe everybody, has their own channels. So feel free to check each other out, connect with each other. You know, most of you are familiar with Tuber Chat and the way we do things there, but there's a lot of interesting creators here. I love the Niagara Falls Philly Girl. Look at getting a new gimbal soon, but the one I have I like. It's very, very simple. It's not got a lot of features or anything like that. I leave a link to it basically in the description of the videos in case anybody wants to see how that's done. Gimbals make like all the difference when we're doing these live streams especially, but it can add some stability to your videos too for those of you who make videos. All right, let's think about walking. I'm going to drop everything. Is Chris trying to convince Kristen to do a cooking channel? She absolutely could. So the problem is, like, you know, Kristen and I obviously are together, so it's hard for me to actually judge whether she thinks that she can do it or whether it's a good idea. or not, or whether she believes that, or whether she thinks that, you know, I'm just saying that because I always say nice things. But it's absolutely true. So I don't know what Kristen will do. She's already monetized one channel. My guess is she's going to have at least another, and both of us will probably have a good collection of channels as time goes on. But cooking channel would be a great idea for her. I can only cook to save my life. I can do, you know, simple chicken and pasta and fish, and nothing I do is noteworthy. But she does a great job. So here we go. We're getting a little bit closer to the bridge. This is where, well, there's many bridges, but that goes, like, you know, right from Canada to the States. American border is literally right there. I'm sure it's nice and secure. Canada goose migration route, probably. You have to forgive me because I don't know, man, Kate, much about that. We learned when we were kids in school and this and that, but anything that I might have retained for any amount of time is past now. The only thing I know that you can tell the difference when you're looking at a Canada goose, or, you know, Canadian geese, is that they don't have the green rings around their neck. Getting close to the zip line. We did that quite a while ago. Maybe it's getting on more than a month or two ago. We went on the zip lines. Finally, we were talking about that for a while. We met up with another YouTuber, Mr. Joshi, and we went on the zip lines. Then they went on the zip lines. You can see it here. Hopefully, you can actually see the zip lines themselves. Can't tell if it's running. If it is, we'll catch them, I'm sure. But we did, so I did a live stream that day when we came down to do the zip line. And the worst part is that right when we got there, I called first. Actually, forgive my story. I'll finish it in a second. But here's the helicopter doing his tour. They got some serious speed to them. Kristen took me on that for Valentine's Day. So came down here and we did the live stream for going on the zip line. And I had called first to ask if I could film, and they told me no. But I thought that, you know, maybe I have enough charm that when I get there, they're going to allow me anyway. And that didn't work out. So that was a disappointment, but I was prepared. I wore my GoPro with the chesty attachment, so we were able to, what happened is in the middle of the live stream, they made me put the phone in a bag, so you can't see it. So for that 2 minutes that we go down the zip line, it's all just blackness, and I think you can hear me talking a little bit. But I got the GoPro footage, so I just put that up right after as a 2-minute video, so you can check that out. And it's the actual view from the GoPro attached to my chest while we go down the zip line, so it's really something else. Be a bit of a different look now, I guess, with the fall colors happening. Is gorgeous down here. We're just gonna hang out here for a second, catch up, and see if we can catch zip liners, because it looks like they're running. I can't tell if they're running or just working on it. looks like they're running, but there's not a lot of people. That's the thing, I guess. PA's going to take up channel management. Good. You know what's the funny thing? I recommend it to everybody all the time, actually, because you know, if there's anything that you do enjoy, I know you're saying filming and editing is not your strong suit, but if there's stuff that you do enjoy, why wouldn't you want to get paid for that, right? If you're great at making thumbnails or great at doing the SEO for videos or writing descriptions, you get paid for almost anything, right? And then as well, filming, of course, editing. Zip lining run per season. Actually, PA, I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. See if I can catch these guys. I'm gonna lose them. Isn't that cool? I just wanted to catch one of those. I don't know how well I caught that. I'm not operating my gimbal very well either. Ace Flaw 1, thank you. Yeah, the yeah, I'm not sure how late they run. I don't know if they go right into the winter. I mean, I suppose they could if they've got the ability to take the ice off of everything, as long as it's safe. They're big on safety, right? Of course they have to be. I don't think it's something that's unsafe, but I think it just has to do with insurance and all that stuff. You gotta adhere to a lot of regulations and other things. Here's the launch for the horn blower. See everybody down there getting ready. These ones are just coming off, and then I guess they'll get more people on the next one. And the Maid of the Mist over there looks like it's just about ready to go. Tried zip line, it's a lot of work, eh, Ace Flaw 1? Hoops Family Network's in the house. Amanda, thank you for coming in. I'm just walking around and showing off Niagara Falls again, because I never get tired of this and I keep showing it off all the time. You can see the fall colors are everywhere. You hear the helicopters flying overhead for their tours. Those things really whip, eh? This is a nice lookout point. You see these things here all over the place, right? Where you can see what it costs. I don't know. Oh, sanitized on a regular basis, but you want to be careful anyway. So $2 coin or two $1 coins, so $2, and then you, because in Canada, our $1 and $2 are coins, not bills. After $5, it starts to become bills. I wonder if I have any of that on me. I don't think I do. I clean my pockets out. Here's a $2 coin. I don't know how well you can see this, but it's almost like a silver nickel color on the outside, and then the inside color is similar to, we have another coin that's just slightly smaller for $1, and it's made of just the metal that's in that center part there. I just wonder if anybody might find that interesting, because you may not have that depending on the different countries' that we have in the chat here. My pleasure, Positive Pusher. Oh, I love Kathy 138. That's a great idea. Yes, as a matter of fact, I will make sure that I do a live stream. What they have is, what's it called again? I filmed it once. Oh, everything's escaping my mind today. I can't remember what we call it. If Kristen or I Love Kathy 138 or PA or anybody remembers what it's called, the Winter Festival. Maybe it's just called the Winter Festival of Lights or something like that. I filmed it 2 years ago, and I put that up as a video, so you can see what that is somewhat like. But that was just kind of driving through it or walking through it. I forget what I did. And then I'll do a live stream of it though, because it's really impressive to see. They put a lot of work into that. The reason why it's such a big thing here in Niagara Falls, because these waterfalls are used as energy producers. There's a big thing about, you know, like the Ontario Power Company, whatever they're calling it these days, and all that stuff. So having a show of Christmas lights is kind of, I don't know, maybe paying tribute to the fact that Niagara Falls is an energy producer. But I'll make sure I do a live stream of that. Or one of us will. We're going to get Kristen live streaming too, and Kira for that matter. And maybe Scratch and Pete too. And Mr. and Mrs. Anabalo. Yeah, I'm rating off the whole list of Canadians. Lots of lookout opportunity here. So for some of the live streams that you've seen, I've also headed down here, and there's that Grand View restaurant, if you can see the title for that, and then they've got this other, maybe you can see the title here. There's a store. You walk in that door there. It's a big souvenir shop. They've got all kinds of Niagara Falls stuff in there. If I ever come out with my own merchandise, I'm going to be trying to get it in there. I don't know how easy that is, but they've got lots and lots of different stuff in there. Lots of Canadian stuff, a lot of Niagara Falls stuff. And that restaurant we were at, they did a decent job. We had hamburgers that day. You could see that in one of the live streams. I think that was actually Zipline Day. Yeah, Zipline Day, because we went on the zipline, then we had lunch, and then we saw Mr. Joshi do the zip line. Oh, I will. You'll have to be careful. Yeah, I Love Kathy 138. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it is just unbelievably gorgeous. Look at this view here. There's the American Falls. Way off in the distance, the Canadian Falls. But it's just so different with fall colors, right? It's almost a good idea that I didn't come any earlier, because as the trees change color, not all of them are going to change into like a deep red, and they don't certainly do that right away, right? They go from green to yellow to orange to red. But now you've got a full look. You know, I'm sure more of them are going to turn a little bit more, but we've got a lot of trees where the leaves are almost gone. Look at this one right in front of me here as we're walking. It's got, it's already lost most of the leaves that are on it, or were on it. And then, I'm not going to go up Clifton Hill today. I've done a few live streams, you can see that, but I'll do it another day. But where we are right now, up that street, in that intersection, is Clifton Hill, and that's where all the restaurants and attractions and the Niagara Sky Wheel and all that stuff are. I've done a few live streams there, both during the day and at night. You can see there's a lot of activity up there. We'll save that for another day. I'm just going to start walking back. I just wanted to have a look at the Niagara Falls for today. got these beautiful colors around us. Oh, traffic lights, Ace Flow 1. Yeah, it's different here in Canada, right? So depending on what country you live in or city or whatever, our traffic lights obviously are yellow or like an amber. I know a lot of the United States have green ones. And then our traffic lights are always on the outsides of the intersection, where, for instance, when I've driven through, I forget if it's Niagara Falls or Buffalo and what other cities in the United States, sometimes you'll have wires that hang all the way across the intersection, and the traffic lights are hung from those wires. But here in Canada, we don't have that. No wires coming from the traffic lights. They're always underground, and they always run up the inside of the poles holding them. There's a nice Canadian flag and the Skylon Tower behind it. Like I was saying earlier, Kristen and I have an anniversary coming up. We've been together for 5 years now, so we're gonna go and celebrate by having a nice dinner at the Skylon Tower. It's got a revolving restaurant at the top. It takes about 90 minutes, I think, to make a full rotation. So you eat dinner while you get a beautiful view of the Niagara Falls as well as the city surrounding it. Sun's getting to me, so I gotta turn around to read my phone here. Chasing America. Hopefully I welcomed you. I saw you a while back. Oh, Florida's black traffic lights, eh? That's interesting. Oh, and we'll be getting a hotel at the Hilton as well. Kristen took care of that. I don't know if you can see way off in the distance the elevators going down the Skylon. I'll try to remember as I'm walking right now. When we get back over there, we'll have a look at those elevators. They're interesting because they look like little pods that ride up and down the outside of the tower. They're not indoor elevators. Like, they are completely enclosed. There's glass and, you know, they're safe and all this. But the elevator itself climbs up and down what I'm assuming is a track of some sort on the outside of the building, as opposed to being in a standard elevator shaft of any kind. A lot of things I say are the same thing all the time, but I'm always impressed by the sheer force of the water that falls down these Niagara Falls. I mean, it's been falling forever and it just doesn't stop, right? Here's where you're zip lining. You can see those zip lines there. And then they've got a golf cart that brings you back up that little road. But again, I've done those in live streams, and there's a video of the GoPro footage of my ride down the zip line with Kristen and Kira. Thank you, Ace Flow 1. Yeah, Kristen's officially monetized, so she's going to have a monetization celebration next week. That'll be a live stream, of course. You can see what I mean now. For those of you who've seen these live streams before from me, just a month ago there was a lot more people. I would try to avoid coming down here on a Saturday or a Sunday and try to make my trips on Friday or Monday, but now it's thinned out enough that everybody can social distance very safely, as you can see. And like I said, I got a mask if I need it. Thank you, Michael's Adventures, for reminding everybody to thumbs up as well. It really does help the stream, and I know we have to be reminded, even I have to be reminded sometimes, especially if you're on a phone, because you got to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a second, and it really does help, so I'll appreciate it, of course. We should get back to what we were looking at in the first place, right? Now that the sun's really out and the clouds have just about disappeared, just gonna chill for a second again. Give you a look back at the Horseshoe Falls over there. Hornblower and Maid of the Mist changing places again. And it really looks spectacular when the sun's just hitting it like this, right? And there you are, the United States of America. Niagara Falls, New York. It's too far from here for me to show you Buffalo. Kind of excited to get home because before Tuber Chat today, it's taco night. Thank you, Ace Flaw 1, for the thumbs up. What a nice park, though. You know, I know I'm looking at the Niagara Falls today, but there, this guy's filming or whatever he's doing. Probably filming. He's got a mic on his camera there. But look at these beautiful colors everywhere. It's just a different experience, right? So I don't know where in the world doesn't have this to see. And then in the middle of the trees, you've got these evergreens. This one here looks like a Christmas tree, right? And it's interesting. Some of the trees are still so full and some have lost everything already. I never get tired of it down here. It's a great place to visit and a wonderful place to live. I just stop once in a while so I can read the chat. I'm trying to do a better job of not falling behind. Beautiful job of making this place very welcoming, and there's a lot of history here too, right? So you'll see things like this. I'll leave that for you to see when you get a chance to come here. There's lots of that stuff, right? Lots of places to sit, lots of benches. Well put, PA. tons of hotels down here, so no lack of that. There's hotels, motels, everything like that. It's called the honeymoon capital of the world, so plenty of hot tubs and all kinds of other amenities down here. Hopefully those of you who haven't already seen them will go and check some of my other live streams, you know, even the replays where I've gone through Niagara Falls during the summer, both in the day and at night. We've done different activities, like we went to the Wax Museum, and the director of tourism, forgive me, I forget his title, came with us and gave an escorted view of the inside of the Wax Museum, which was impressive. Now I promised you I'd show you these elevators. Here it goes. Isn't that interesting that it's outside of the structure? Doesn't take very long to get up there either. And there's the other one coming down. Have to find out about doing a live stream there. That'd be interesting one day, right? Lots of motorcycles and really nice cars in Niagara Falls, especially older cars people have restored or upkept. Lots and lots of antique cars. It's a big thing down here. Honeymoon for 365 days, eh? That would be something else. Just gonna walk up here for a second, just in case anything interesting comes by. May not be. You can see what I mean about it's not as busy as it was in the summer, for those of you who've seen the other live streams. But social distancing is not an issue. I have a mask on me if I need it. But I'm not planning on going in anywhere. Off in the distance you see a building there. It's called Table Rock. There's a restaurant in there. Kristen and I even did a live stream in there, having a really nice lunch, courtesy of Chris Beachadori TV, who's in the chat here. And parking lot where we always stay is on the other side. They've got a great deal for, I don't know if it's just for residents, but for, I think it's 75 bucks. Kristen got the pass, but the pass is tied to both our license plates, so it has to be our cars, but it covers you for a year in a handful of the popular lots. So, you know, we can come down here as often as we want. Sometimes it's 28 bucks a day. Even though it's Canadian, that's still $20 American or more. So it's can add up if you're coming down here often. We also did another live stream over there at the beginning of the summer when we were first able to go and start sitting down at places. The restaurant wasn't open, but they had just a hot dog cart. So we can show you what a $7 hot dog looks like. Chill out for another second. We'll have one last look at the American Falls and keep heading towards the Horseshoe Falls over there. Oh, the rainbow's back. Look at that. Either back or still here. I don't know. Today's live stream started with that, and I've been lucky. I've caught a few of those during these live streams. I can't see very well what I'm catching here. Hopefully you can can see that rainbow. Much more from our hot dogs for $7, but when you're hungry, right? We were starving like Marvin that day. That was actually, now that I think of it, it was the live stream that we did where we went to the Niagara Outlet Mall. So they've got this kind of, it's interesting. It's a shopping mall, but it's all like big box stores in a row. So you almost feel like you're indoors, but it's outdoors. And they've got, you know, a roof kind of hanging over it between the buildings and this and that, so you don't get rain and this and that. But we did a live stream to have a look around there, and that's where we came back towards this way and then went to go eat our hot dogs. I think so anyway. A lot of live streams now. I've got a whole playlist on my channel called Niagara Falls, so that if you wanted to see more of this, you could. You don't have to wait for me. I try to come out once a week. I've been slacking the last couple weeks, but maybe I'll get back to it before the weather gets too unbearable. But Niagara Falls are just magnificent. Sun's just hiding behind some clouds, but it'll be back in a second. There's a look back from where we started. There, you can see the sun coming out now. The camera's getting covered in mist. I'll try to take care of that. Reset the gimbal though, because I knocked it now. Maybe. There it goes. Took a second. Hopefully the wind hasn't been too bad. I know it's been windy, but hopefully it hasn't affected the sound too much. I know it could be annoying. I was hoping we'd see a couple of the nice cars I'm talking about, but everybody might have put the nicest ones away for the winter already. I don't know when they do that, but there's a lot of them down here. And typically in Canada, we change our tires on our cars for special winter tires. We used to call them snow tires, but they're called winter tires now, that are supposed to do a better job of helping your vehicle handle the roadways during the winter months, because it gets very, very cold. We can have, you know, in the summer we get up beyond plus 30 degrees, and in the winter we get below minus 30. That's Celsius. That's really something else, but apparently it does something. I don't know enough about tires. Another look at what the rest of the area is like with these fall colors I keep talking about. It really is beautiful. There's that Niagara sky wheel off in the distance, and the rainbow's still there, or back again. I keep turning around because I gotta read the chat. I need some shade, and there's not a lot around here, so I gotta stand in front of the phone. building that I was talking about. So they got gift shops in there, but they've also got a restaurant. They got a patio. When we went there, we didn't go on the patio, but maybe we'll do that another day. Might be getting cold for that now. They may not even have it open to think of it, but save that one for next summer. Dog fight any second here. Ah, we lost our gimbal again. I got it back in a second here. So often you see these rainbows in the mist. That's a look back at the American Falls again. And our Canadian Horseshoe Falls. Thank you everybody for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Philly girl, if you're still here, thank you very much for the super chat again. Chris, thank you for your super chat as well. Very generous, absolutely not necessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And thank you everybody for the time that you've spent here. For most of you, I'll see you on Tuber Chat in only a couple of hours from now. For me personally, it's almost taco time. So I'm gonna wrap up the live stream here, head home, and I'll look forward to seeing everybody again soon. And again, for shameless self-promotion, I did drop a video right before the live stream today, so you can go and have a look at that. It's only a minute long. But thank you again everybody. I really do appreciate every moment that you spend, and I'll see you again shortly.